remove the wheel, use a 22mm socket, take the lug nuts off. Take the wheel off. Just so there's no tension on the shock when removing it, I'm going to lower the rear differential onto a jack stand. For the top of the shock, you're going to need to take this 15mm nut off. There's a little access right here. There's not much room in there, so use a 15mm wrench. And you can try to loosen that up the best you can, but a lot of times this is just going to start spinning. So you might have to get creative and use some kind of channel locks or pipe wrench. Try to loosen it up this way. This one's pretty rusty, so. And it's not a good idea to torch this off because the fuel tank is right there, so don't do that. Just be patient and just do it nice and slow. If you have a ratchet wrench, you can try to do it with a ratchet wrench. Use lots of rust penetrant. There will be a point where you see the washer starting to lift away and you can actually see the threads. At that point, if you're still struggling, what you could do is take a Sawzall, just be careful of the gas tank again, and just cut the bolt off right there. Or just try this, wedge a ratchet wrench in here and just go back and forth. And you can get the nut off this way. Or even if you can just spin this by hand, that would work as well. And there we go. Took a little bit, but we got it off. Now you want to take this bolt out underneath here, use an 18mm wrench and an 18mm socket. Take the nut off. And take the bolt out. I'll just take a punch and just hammer the bolt out. There you go. And you can use a pry bar and just pry it out. And it's still stuck on the rubber grommet up top, and slide it out. The rubber bushing is still attached to the frame. So you could use a pry bar or a screwdriver or something to try to get that off, because the new shock has those bushings, so we don't need those. Taking this bushing out, it seems like the best way to get it out would be to cut it. It seems like it goes through, just like that. That looks good. So just pry in between it. That popped right out, so that's good. This is what it looks like, and it was attached to the other piece underneath. So if you just cut in the middle, you can separate those. Take the new shock, and we're gonna exercise it, just compress it, and then let it extend, and do this 3 times. Take one washer, slide it on like that, and then take one bushing, slide it on just like that. And then we're going to install this, and then on the top we'll put the other bushing, the other washer, and then the nut, just like that. Slide this in position. Bushing, washer, and then get the nut started. Don't tighten this one down yet. You want to get the lower piece lined up first. Now we can slide this in position down below, get this lined up, and slide the bolt through. Give it a little tap if you have to, or you can raise the vehicle up a little bit. Take some tension off. Put the nut on. Tighten this down a little bit. And torque that nut to 59 foot-pounds. And tighten the top nut. You want to do the same, pretty much how you took it out. You can use a ratchet wrench, make it a little easier. And if you have the ability to fit a torque wrench in there, torque that to 30 foot-pounds. Put the tire back on. And the lug nuts. Now I'm going to torque the lug nuts to 148 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. Just go around again, double check.